What is globalization? It is a system of interaction among the countries of the world in order to develop the global economy. It involves technological, economic, political, and cultural exchanges made possible largely by advances in communication, transportation, and infrastructure. Effects of globalization in terms of industry. The world has become a huge market where you can buy and sell things produced in any part of the world. There are a lot of international brands operating worldwide. Effects of globalization in terms of culture. Globalization means a decrease in the cultural diversity that used to exist in the world earlier. You can find people in several countries dressing up like Westerners. Another effect of globalization in culture is the way people speak is also changing. For example, teenagers in the Middle East are much influenced by the way the Black Americans speak. They think it's cool. Effects of globalization in terms of legislation. There has been an increase in the establishment of international courts of justice where someone accused could be dealt with in any part of the world. Interpol is another example of international law enforcement agency. Effects of globalization in terms of language. With increased globalization, people tend to forget their mother tongue and use English instead as there is an idea that it makes them superior in some way. This might also help them in a job searches. Effects of globalization in terms of information. With the wide use of internet and other kinds of information technology, it has become much easier and faster to share information worldwide. Live TV channels are another good example of quick information sharing. Effects of globalization in terms of finance. Globalization has made it easier to raise finance through individuals and firms outside the country. The International Monetary Fund is a good example of an international which lends money to countries in need for finance. Effects of globalization in terms of politics. Powerful countries and individuals nowadays have political control over the whole world, not only their country. The United States is an example of a country that influences the whole of the world of politics.
Here are some pros of globalization in terms of policing. Enhance international cooperation. Increase collaboration. Globalization facilitates cooperation among law enforcement agencies across borders, enabling them to share intelligence, best practices, and resources. Globalization enables the rapid exchange of information, helping police agencies to stay ahead of transnational organized crime groups, improve capacity building, access to advanced technology. Globalization provides access to cutting-edge technology such as forensic tools, surveillance systems, and cybersecurity solutions. Training in expertise. Globalization facilitates the sharing of expertise and training, enabling police agents to develop new skills and enhance their capabilities. Effective response to transnational crime. Combating human trafficking. Globalization enables police agencies to collaborate in combating human trafficking, a serious transnational crime. Cybercrime response. Globalization facilitates the development of specialized cybercrime units, enabling police agencies to respond effectively to online threats, promoting community safety, sharing best practices. Globalization enables police agencies to share best practices in community policing, helping to promote safety and trust in local communities.
Here are the some cons of globalization in terms of policy, challenges, and international cooperation. 1. Language and cultural barriers. Differences in language and culture can hinder effective communication and cooperation among police agencies. 2. Jurisdictional issues. Thus, globalization raises jurisdictional challenges, making it difficult for police agencies to investigate and prosecute crime that cross borders. 3. Inconsistent laws and regulations of differences in laws Any regulation can create challenges for police agency to collaborate effectively. Increased transnational crime. 1. Human trafficking. Globalization has facilitated the growth of human trafficking, making it easier for traffickers to operate across borders. 2. Cybercrime. The increased use of technology has created new opportunities for cybercriminals to operate globally. Security threats. 1. Terrorism. Globalization has facilitated the spread of terrorist ideologies and enable terrorist groups to operate globally. Cultural homogenization. Globalization can lead to cultural homogenization, threatening local customs and traditions. Technological challenges. Cybersecurity threats. The increased use of technology has created new cybersecurity threats, requiring police agency to develop new skills and capabilities.
Globalization has dramatically reshaped the landscape of policing, presenting both opportunities and challenges. Police forces have responded to the issues arising from globalization. Number 1. Challenges in international cooperation. Globalization has made it increasingly difficult for police forces to cooperate effectively across borders. This is due to a number of factors, including diverse legal system and police organizational structures. Different countries have different laws, procedures, and organizational structures, making it challenging to coordinate investigations and share information. Number 2. Transnational crime. Globalization has facilitated the growth of transnational crime, where criminal organizations operate across borders, exploiting the interconnectedness of the global economy and communicate network. This has led to a rise in drug trafficking, human trafficking, cybercrime. Police forces have responded to transnational crime by developing specialized units. Many countries have established specialized units to investigate transnational crime, such as drug trafficking, human trafficking, and cybercrime. Strengthening international cooperation. Police forces are increasingly collaborating with their counterparts in the other countries to share information, conduct joint investigation, and extradite suspects. Using technology, police forces are using technology to track criminal networks, monitor communication, and gather evidence. Number 3. Security threats. Globalization has also heightened security threats, including terrorism, organized crime, cyber attacks. Police forces have responded to these threats by increasing intelligence gathering. Police forces are using intelligence gathering to identify and monitor potential threats. Number 4. Negative impact on local communities. Globalization has also had a negative impact on local communities, leading to economic displacement, social fragmentation, increased crime. Police forces have responded to these challenges by developing community policing strategies. Working with community organization, police forces are working with community organization to address social problem and prevent crime. Number 5. Technological challenges. Globalization has brought about a range of technological challenges for policing, including the rise of new technologies, the need for training and expertise, the challenge of keeping up with rapid technological change. Police forces have responded to these challenges by investing in technology. Police forces are investing in new technologies to improve their effectiveness.
The future of policing in a globalized world. Globalization has transformed the landscape of policing, creating new challenges and opportunities. Police forces around the world are adapting to these changes by strengthening international cooperation, developing new strategies to combat transnational crime and security threats, addressing the negative impacts of globalization on local communities, and embracing new technologies. The future of policing will likely involve a continued evolution of these efforts, with a focus on building trust, legitimacy, and accountability within communities.
Addressing challenges of globalization in policing, enhancing international cooperation and information sharing. A. Strengthening existing frameworks. Invest and improve the capacity of existing international policing organizations like Interpol and Europol. Capacity building and training. Implement comprehensive training programs for law enforcement officers on topics such as translational crime investigation, data analysis, and cross-cultural communication. Technological innovation to combat globalization crime. A. Advanced data analytics. Leverage advanced data analytics techniques to identify patterns and trends in translational crime data. B. Cybersecurity enhancements. Invest in robust cybersecurity measures to protect critical infrastructure and sensitive data from cyber attacks.
Policy recommendations for improving policing effectiveness in a globalized context. Globalization. Globalization presents unique challenges for law enforcement, requiring a shift towards collaborative, data-driven, and adaptable policing strategies. Here are the key policy recommendations. First, strengthening international cooperation and information sharing. And in strengthening international cooperation and information sharing, we have established global policing standards, enhance information sharing platforms, and promote joint training initiatives. Establish global policing standards. Develop and implement internationally recognized standards for police training, conduct, and accountability. This fosters a common understanding of best practices and promotes transparency. Enhance information sharing platforms. Invest in secure, interoperable platforms for real-time information sharing between national police forces and international organizations like Interpol and Europol. This facilitates intelligence gathering and coordinated investigations. Promote joint training initiatives. Develop joint training programs for officers from different countries to enhance cross-cultural understanding, investigative techniques, and collaboration for translational crime. Building community trust and legitimacy. Implement community-oriented policy. Promote community-oriented policing models that emphasize collaboration, communication, and problem solving with the communities. Ensure transparency and accountability. Implement robust mechanisms for police accountability. 4. Addressing root causes of crime. Promote economic development. Support economic development initiatives that create jobs and opportunities in marginalized communities. This reduces crime by addressing its underlying social determinants. Last, focus on rehabilitation and integration that prioritize rehabilitation and integration programs for offenders to reduce recidivism and create a more just and equitable criminal justice system. By implementing these policy recommendations, governments can enhance policing effectiveness in a globalized context, creating a safer communities and promoting a more just and equitable world.